And welcome into Cox Mill High School as we have some SCBL baseball action here on your Saturday night. The visiting Regulators Baseball Club will go on the road to Cox Mill High School and play the Lake Norman Copperheads. As this is a pivotal matchup in kind of the middle of the standings in the SCBL, as we see the Regulators standing one place above the Copperheads, fighting for 6th position as the playoffs are quick approaching. The starting man of the bump tonight for Lake Norman will be Josh Jones. And he'll have to face a Regulators lineup that's been pretty good as of late. And Ryan Pruitt will start things off for the Regulators, a newly committed man to the University of South Florida in the American Conference. Will be playing his ball down in Tampa in the spring. And he'll go against Josh Jones from the D2 powerhouse of North Greenville. Pruitt, one of the best JUCO players in all of the nation in the spring, and his hard work both in the summer and last spring paying off, going D1 now. Jones looking in. First pitch at 7:06, and we're on the way. That's a fastball to the first baseman, Brock Fowler, but will go foul. Pruitt playing center field tonight for the Regulators. 0-1. And that one's in the dirt from Jones. Jones working out of the windup. Fires home the 1-1. It's a big loopy curveball, but does not get in the zone. Two-one. Fastball down the right field line. That ball is going to get down right in front of Caden Haywood. And that will be a single to start off the evening for Ryan Pruitt. The Regulators get the first hit of the evening. And now bring in the second baseman from College of Charleston, Ben Venables. The Copperheads off the back of a 12-5 loss against the Queen City Corn Dogs last night at Atrium Health Ballpark, the home of the Cannonballers. That is a steal from Ryan Pruitt, and he'll get in there safely. The throw from Goldisich not in time. As it was a great event put on by the Corn Dogs last night, and they play another one tonight. They host the Mooresville Spinners. That game also live streamed on our YouTube channel, so make sure to check that one out as well. The 1-0 will hit Venables in the head. Took that one like a champ, and he'll take first base as well. So the first two batters of the evening from the Regulators reach base safely. And I'll bring two runners on for Trey Hernandez.
Now batting number 14, Trey Hernandez.
Hernandez in the DH spot tonight for the Regulators. Hernandez had a decisive home run in these two teams meeting earlier in the season. Opposite way for a 3-run homer off Jack Lopez. And that was a home win that night for the Regulators over Lake Norman. 1-0 will miss high. Jones has been a consistent piece of this pitching rotation so far for Lake Norman. But with some control issues early, falls him with two runners on and down to the count 2-0. Gets to locate the fastball there. Two-one. Runners will be going. The hit and run will not be successful as that one was foul. And the count will even up at 2-2. The 2-2 misses low and in the dirt, runs the count full. So Ryan Pruitt stands on second. Ben Venables at first base. It's a full count for Trey Hernandez in the righty's batter's box. He'll take that fastball into the gap. And Ryan Pruitt will round 3. He will be coming home. We'll see Venables. He'll be heading 3. He'll get in there safely. And Hernandez will reach second. An RBI double from Trey Hernandez gets the first run of the evening for the Regulators. They're up 1-0 early at Cox Mill. Good piece of hitting from Hernandez. Put that ball in the gap.
Jeremy Garcia.
And that'll bring up the lefty shortstop, Jeremy Garcia. The 0-0 from Jones. Misses low and in the dirt. Goldicich already has had to been active behind the dish. 1-0. Is fouled off by Garcia over there on the first base line towards the home dugout of the Copperheads. Garcia, late addition to the Regulators this year, as that one is bounced back to Jones for the first out of the day. Brock Fowler running back to second. Now the runner will be going to throw home. Will get him in time. Not even close. Ben Venables thought he was going to be sneaky down the third base line, but Fowler gets the throw in time. That's going to be a double play from the Copperheads. A wacky play right there, as we saw Trey Hernandez trying to go 3. That forced Venables into a tough situation, and he was tagged out by Goldicich at home. So now 2 outs in the inning, a big tide change right there from the Copperheads. Jake DeBolo now up for the Regulators. Oh, 0-1. Another big loopy curveball from Jones, but that one misses the zone, evens it up at 1-1. Jones comes set. Looks at Hernandez at second. Fires home the pitch. That one's going to be to the shortstop, Morales. He'll sneak by him. And we'll see Hernandez coming home. The throw from left from Quan. Well, that'll be no throw. And it'll be a 2-0 Regulators lead. As that one ate up Morales at shortstop. Popped off his glove. And the Regulators get their second run of a young evening.
Luke Byler.
And I'll bring up the third baseman, Luke Baylor. First pitch to Baylor is a strike. DiBaggio standing on first base, 0-1 on the way. Misses inside from Jones. One. Outside fastball will run the count to 2-1. As we were mentioning earlier, a couple games on tap here in the SCBL, as we also see the Statesville Owls going on the road to Concord High School to play the A's. And of course, that game at Atrium Health Ballpark between the Spinners and the Corn Dogs. Just 3 games on a Saturday evening before we go to a 5-game slate on Monday night. All teams have the night off tomorrow. 2-2. And a good take right there from Baylor runs the count full. A very good 2-strike slider. But Jones cannot get the K. Full count pitch on the way. The fastball blows it past them for out number 3. But the Regulators put up a 2-spot here in the top half of the first inning by way of a double from Trey Hernandez and a single from Jake DiBaggio. It'll be a 2-0 Regulators lead. The Copperheads will have their turn to bat. Bottom of the first inning on the way from Cox Mill High School. Welcome back in as the Copperheads have a little work to do here in the bottom of the first inning after the Regulators put up 2, bring up their everyday leadoff guy, Luis Morales, the shortstop. Morales batting a blistering .375 this season. 24 hits, only 3 extra base hits, and 8 RBIs. That one into right field from Morales, so Tariq Talley, he'll have to track back a little bit, but will make the catch for out number 1. Trevor Merck is the pitcher tonight for the Regulators.
Now batting number 20, Parker Stavorski.
Merck from the University of South Carolina, Columbia, the 6'2", 185 sophomore. And now bring up Parker Stavorski. The up and in fastball misses from Merck. Stavorski playing center field, had a good game last night. Had 2 hits in the Copperheads loss. That one fouled off into the screen. Stavorski, a former college football player, started his academic career at Lenore Ryan being a wide receiver, then transferred to Catawba to play baseball. A 2-sport athlete, Stavorski is. One. And a good slider right there from Merck, just clips the inside portion of the zone. Merck comes set. 1-2 on the way. The fastball misses high. 2-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. It's a 2-0 Regulators lead. And gets some looking right there. A great off-speed from Trevor Merck gets Stavorski frozen in the righty's batter's box.
Now batting number 9, Will Gray.
Merck records his first K, and that'll bring up the extra hitter, Will Gray. Gray, one of the all-stars from this Copperheads lineup that went up to the NACSB showcase earlier this summer. He will take that first pitch for a ball. Merck comes set. 1-0 on the way. Another good take from Gray. .2-0. Swung on by Gray. That's popped up in the infield. We see Venables, the second baseman, calling for it. And he will make the catch for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning from Trevor Merck on the bump. Gets things started off nice. And the Regulators obtain their 2-0 lead as the top of the second inning is on the way live here on the SCBL YouTube channel.
Second, number 30, Jordan Boyce.
7, 8, 9 due up for the Regulators here in the top half of the second inning after they put up a 2 spot against Josh Jones to start things off. The left fielder Jaden Boyce is up. Pops that one up. It's an 0-1 count. 0-1. Swung on and missed. It'll be an 0-2 count early for Josh Jones. Already looking better control-wise. Located the off-speed right there. 0-2. And the fastball misses low and away. 1-2 from Jones. Gets some swinging out in front early. And these games ever so more important as we go down the later stages of the season. Only about another week left before we go to the playoffs. That one swung onto the center field. Staborski barely has to move a muscle for out number 1. And now we'll bring up the right fielder, Tariq Talley.
Now batting number 17, Tariq Talley.
Talley was playing his ball for the Hartford Fighting Owls. A slider located from Jones for strike number 1. Had a good season at the collegiate level, stole 15 bags, 33 hits, and 16 extra base hits. And that one lined into right field, but will be caught from Haywood for out number 2. A good barrel on the ball, but 2 straight outs from Josh Jones. And that brings in the catcher, Chase Gable.
Now batting number 22, Chase Coble.
First pitch to Gable. He will be swinging on the fastball, but tips it into the screen. Oh, 0-1. Misses in the dirt from Jones. As this is the second to last Copperheads home game of the year. Trying to make those home appearances count while they last. Looks like the fastball clipped the umpire behind the plate. As let's look at the field for the Lake Norman Copperheads. Matt Goldisich is catching. Our corner infielders are Jack Lopez at third and Brock Fowler at first base. Luis Morales playing shortstop and Jacob Painter at second. Going to the outfield, we see Parker Staborski in center. Your right fielder is Caden Haywood, and your left fielder is Aiden Kwan. So the quick little mound visit is over. Give the umpire a chance to catch his breath. And we'll be good to go. It's a 2-1 count, 2 outs here in the top half of the second inning. And the Regulators lead by 2. And now that evens it up at 2-2. With the slider located from Jones. So the 2s are rapid here. Jones shakes off one, likes the second. Fires home. And that will be fouled off the bat of Gable. Fielded by Jones over to first base for out number 3. An unconventional way to get your third out, but the third out nonetheless. And holds the Regulators scoreless here in the second inning. It'll be a 2-0 Regulators lead. We'll be back here for the bottom of the second at Cox Mill in just a moment. Connor Paul gets us started in the bottom of the second inning. 4-5-6 due up for Lake Norman after Trevor Merck set him down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the first inning. First pitch to Paul is a fastball up and in. One-0. Swung on, that's going to be into left field. We'll see Jaden Boyce going over to it, and we'll make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting number 24, Caden Haywood.
And that brings up the Western Carolina man, the right fielder, Caden Haywood. First pitch to Haywood, misses the zone. Swung on by Haywood. That's in the right center field. And that ball will be caught by Tariq Talley. The 4th time tonight the Copperheads have already popped up, putting some balls in the outfield, but the Regulators outfielders handling them well.
Brock Fowler.
That brings in the first baseman, number 33, Brock Fowler, the man from Wingate University. Fastball misses high. One-0 from Merck. Swung on by Fowler. That's a deep drive into left field. We see Jaden Boyce going towards the track, and will make the catch at the warning track. A good drive into that ball from Brock Fowler, but does not leave the yard, and Trevor Merck sits down the first 6 batters of the evening. It's going to be a 2-0 Regulators lead. The top of the 3rd inning on the way here on the SCBL YouTube channel. The lineup card will flip over here in the top half of the 3rd inning. 1-2-3 due up for the Regulators Baseball Club. And it all gets started with a man who hit a single to start off a 2-run top half of the 1st inning, that being Ryan Pruitt. Pruitt put a fastball into right field, landed in front of Caden Haywood, and stole a base as well. 1-0 from Jones. Pruitt will be swinging. That ball's into center field, and back-to-back singles for the center fielder and the future UCF Bull.
Now batting number 42, Ben Venables.
That brings in Ben Venables, the second baseman who was hit in the head by a slider his last time up, and was thrown out at home by Brock Fowler. Venables shows bunt, pulls it back, but the fastball locates anyways. It's a 0-1 count. Jones fires back over, not in time. And fires back again. Cannot get Pruitt. Jones already, obviously very aware of the base running threat Ryan Pruitt is at first. 0-1, he'll be going, and then decides to go back. Maybe a good pitch to steal on, though, a fastball in the dirt. A good pick from Goldisich behind the dish. It's a 1-1 count, but nevertheless, we do see Pruitt has to be in the head of Jones over there thinking about him. 1-1. The slider misses inside. It's a 2-1 count to the College of Charleston man, Ben Venables. Make that a 3-1 count after the fastball misses outside. 3-1 on the way. And the fastball located down and away. That runs the count full to 3-2 count. Ryan Pruitt standing on first base. No outs here in the top half of the third inning. Swung on. That's going to be up the middle. Morales will field it. Flips it over to Painter at second, but cannot make the catch for out number 1. Another tough play from Morales. Cannot get out number 1. And that'll keep the order moving. We'll see Trey Hernandez up. Hernandez put a double into the left center field gap that scored Pruitt his first time up. And watch the fastball in the outside part of the zone go by for a ball. The corners of the infield are in. Hernandez keeps the bat on his shoulder for ball number 2. (1-0). A fastball located in the lower portion of the zone from Jones. Jones looks back at Pruitt. 1-1. Pruitt will be going. And no throw from Goldisich. Both runners advance up 90 feet. So Pruitt now standing on third and Venables on second. Both guys snag a base. 2-2 fouled off. As back-to-back fastballs now from Jones. Has to imagine he's setting up the off-speed. Jones now working out of the windup. 2-2 on the way. Swung on to the third baseman Lopez. Looks back Pruitt to third base and throws out Hernandez at first. Best case scenario from Josh Jones, and he'll snag out number 1.
Now batting number 29, Jeremy Garcia.
We'll see the shortstop Jeremy Garcia now up. Garcia still in the transfer portal, looking for a 4-year home. 1-2 misses in the dirt. Good block right there from Goldisich. (2-0). Down the right field line, but foul. Garcia got a good barrel on that ball, but could not keep it in between the lines. (2-1) count. 1 out still in the inning. The Regulators still hold that 2-0 advantage on the road. Jones chokes off 1, likes the second. 2-1 on the way. A backdoor slider in the zone. Moves the count to 2-2. That one is into center field as Venables will be standing on 3. Parker Staborski will catch it Fire into the infield. We might have a play at third. Not in time, and the Regulators score their third run of the evening by way of a sacrifice fly from Jeremy Garcia.
Now batting number 32, Jake Badoglo.
That brings in Jake Badoglo, who scored the second run of the evening for the Regulators by way of an RBI single. And another good chance here with a runner on third. Oh, 1. Misses the zone on the inside portion, as the Statesville Owls take a quick 7-0 lead over the Concord Athletics on their home turf. And the Corn Dogs lead the Spinners 3-1 early at Atrium Health Ballpark. That's into left field, but foul. And now Jones one strike away from getting out of the top half of the third. One-two from Jones. Gets him with the fastball. Blows it past him for out number 3, his second strikeout of the day. But the Regulators put up 1 here on the top of the third inning. It's a 3-0 Regulators lead. Back here from Cox Mill in just a moment. Aiden Kwan will look to have better luck than his Copperheads teammates. They've been sat down for the first 6 outs of the evening. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for Lake Norman. Kwan first pitch swinging on the fastball, fouls it off. As Kwan started off the summer, not the best, but has had a really hot bat as of late. Getting accustomed to college pitching. A kid out of high school here in the Concord area at Central Cabarrus. A Central Cabarrus team that struggled in a very good conference this season with the eventual state champions East Rowan. 1-1. Misses high. Two and all the way from Merck. And the fastball, it misses high again. Quan in a favorable 3-1 hitters count. And Quan reaches safely, the first Copperhead to do so tonight.
Now batting number 21, Matt Goldasich.
Brings in the catcher, Matt Goldasich. And will be the first batter of the night to have a runner on base to work with. Merck fires back and cannot get Quan. beautiful evening for baseball. The Copperheads game last night at Atrium Health Ballpark almost got rained out going into it and then ended up being a very nice night as well. They had the tarp on the field when I arrived to the ballpark, and by the end of the game, it was picture perfect outside. "1-0. Swung on by Goldisich, pop foul. And that'll be a Victory Chevrolet foul ball right there. The sponsor of the game balls tonight and for the rest of the season. Glad to have them on board. A returning sponsor from last summer. And the number one place to get any of your Chevrolets in the Charlotte area. The 1-1 swung on and missed from Goldisich. "1-2, and Merck checks back on Quan at first base yet again. As we've seen both pitchers tonight being very proactive on keeping those runners honest at first base. 1-2 from Merck. Low and in the dirt, good block from Gable. As that runs the count to even at 2-2. Merck fires home. Quan will be going. He'll have to head back to first as that one's popped into right field to Tariq Talley. And that ball will actually get down. So the first hit of the evening for the Lake Norman Copperheads. And that'll put 2 runners on with no outs here in the inning.
Jack Lopez.
Brings in Jack Lopez, playing third base tonight, a position we really normally don't see him in. More of a second baseman this season for the Copperheads, but we saw him a lot last year be a big utility guy, playing catcher, third base, second base, shortstop. Can do a little bit of everything. A good outside fastball from Merck as he jumps up the count 0-1. Misses yet again, as Gable's had to have been active in this inning. Make sure those runners don't advance. Merck comes set. 1-1. Inside to Lopez. A guy that really crowds the plate and makes it tough for pitchers to sneak those balls on the inside portion of the zone. 2-1. Misses yet again from Merck. And this is the first jam that he's gotten himself into tonight. Prior to allowing Quan and Goldisich to reach, he sat down the first 6 batters of the evening by way of 5 pop-outs and a strikeout. But another ball here would load the bases with no outs in the inning. "3-1. Swung on by Lopez to the first baseman DeBazio. He'll make the play, but both runners advance up 90 feet. Jack Lopez does his job. Now steps in the second baseman, Jacob Painter. Painter, the last hitter in this Copperheads order. In a good RBI situation with 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch of the night that Painter will see is a up and in fastball. Painter looking patient early up in the count 1-0. A big swooping slider gets the zone, runs the count even at 1-1. As especially in this inning, that's the one pitch Merck has been able to locate is that slider. See some early control issues with the fastball, but the off speed has been working for him. goes back with the slider. And back-to-back Ks moves the count to 1-2. Merck gets a little dirt on his hand on the bump. And needs another out here to avoid the first runner of the evening reaching. 1-2. Swing and a miss from Painter. Merck gets his second strikeout of the evening in a very pressure-packed situation.
Now batting number 13, Luis Morales.
As that brings up the lead-up man, Luis Morales, who popped up into right field his first time up. One of the leaders in the SCBL in the batting average category. Sported an over 370 average this summer. As that one will go right up the middle. Ben Venables will have to make a tough play, but he'll do just that for out number 3. Trevor Merck gets himself out of a jam and keeps the 0 spot on the scoreboard. It's a 3-0 Regulators lead. Top 4 on the way. Luke Baylor due up for the Regulators here in the top half of the 4th inning. They hold a 3-0 advantage on the Lake Norman Copperheads. Thank you for joining us on your Saturday evening here at Cox Mill High School. As the Copperheads left 2 runners on in the bottom half of the 3rd. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Regulators, as that bottom half of the order has not kind of hit so far tonight against Josh Jones. Josh Jones takes a big deep breath. 2-1 on the way. The up and in fastball misses. (3-1) from Jones as a fastball that is fouled off. That runs the count full at 3-2. And Jones will walk the first batter of the inning. Luke Baylor reaches safely for the first time tonight by way of a walk.
Now batting number 30, Jordan Boyce.
As we do see some activity in that Lake Norman bullpen, something to keep an eye on after Jones walks the first batter. Boyce up for the second time tonight. We see Lopez at third base creeping in, watching the bunt. 1-0. Swung on up the middle, back to Josh Jones. 1-4-3 double play. Great work from Jones, Painter, and Fowler. And they'll turn 2 for out number 2 in the inning. An unconventional double play, but nonetheless a double play. And brings in Tariq Talley. Talley's made some good defensive plays in right field. Lined up his first time up and pops up a first pitch fastball foul. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss, a good slider from Jones, and now 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Oh, 2 on the way. Swing and a miss, back-to-back sliders will get Talley. And after walking the first batter of the inning, a double play and a strikeout gets Josh Jones out of the top half of the 4th. The Regulators maintain their 3-0 advantage, but the Copperheads will look to get the bats going in the bottom of the 4th. Up next. The center fielder, Parker Staborski, up for Lake Norman. It's going to be a 2-3-4 heart of the order inning for the Copperheads. And Staborski was frozen on a slider from Trevor Merck his first time up. And Merck goes right back with the slider there, as that's been the pitch that has gotten himself out of some jams and has propelled them to a shutout so far. Merck working out of the windup. 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. And you gotta imagine he's going back with the slider here. It's been his money pitch so far. We'll see what he goes with on the 1-2. Quick pitch. And cannot locate it. Count runs even at 2-2 to the leadoff man in the inning, Parker Staborski. Swung on down the left field line. That ball is foul. As that ball was close, and it would have been a double for Staborski. But the count will stay even at 2-2 and have to head back to the batter's box. As those balls are tough to tell, especially with a two-man umpiring crew. We'll try the 2-2 once more. The quick pitch. Staborski swings and fouls it off. Staborski putting up a fight. Watches the fastball high, and we'll see the count run full. Three-two count, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Regulators hold a 3-0 lead. And Staborski will take his base. And for back-to-back innings, the leadoff man reaches safely. And brings up the West Virginia Tech man, Will Gray.
Now batting number 9, Will Gray.
Gray popped out his first time up. Mark looks at Staborski at first base. Definitely has some speed. And that one will get past Gable. Staborski takes second. It'll be a 1-0 count after the slider missed way down and away from Merck. Will goes reaching on the fastball low. Has a changeup to the playoff format this season. Instead of it being double elimination, it's single elimination with the 8 teams we have. So that's bound to make some very interesting ball games. That one from Gray will be popped to the second baseman Venables for out number 1. And now we'll see the DH Connor Paul up for Lake Norman as Gable and Merck will have a quick little chat.
Now batting number 5, Connor Paul.
Last night's game was one of the couple alternate venues we've seen this season in the SCBL. Of course, the All-Stars going up to Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. The Corn Dogs hosted a doubleheader against the Concord A's at Queens University, a recent addition to the D1 level. Staborski stands on second. 1-0. Fired up the middle from Connor Paul. Staborski will be rounding 2. He'll be going home. The throw from Pruitt in center will not be in time. And we'll also see Paul reach second after it was a really good throw from Pruitt, but Gable couldn't apply the tag.
number 24, Caden Haywood.
So with Paul standing on second, we'll see the right fielder, Caden Haywood, up for his second time tonight. Swing and a miss. Haywood way out in front of the slider. As the Copperheads have been off that slider all night long. 0-1, that's in the center field. Pruitt tracking back towards the warning track, towards the wall. That's going to get over his head and off the wall. Connor Paulby rounding three. He'll be going home. And Caden Haywood with a stand-up double. That one roped into center field and makes it a one-run ball game.
Now batting, number 33, Brock Fowler.
The RBI double from Haywood brings up the big righty Brock Fowler. No activity in that Regulators bullpen. Sticking with their man Merck on the bump. As that one is a good drive into left field. We see Boyce tracking back towards the wall. That one's going to get down. It's going to be a ground rule double. Back-to-back doubles from Lake Norman. And it's all tied up at 3-3. Brock Fowler put a really good charge into his first at-bat in the left field. And he said, you know what, I'm going to do that again, but that ball's going to land. And I'm going to tie up the game. 3 straight hits from Lake Norman, and all 3 of those hits resulting in RBIs. The Regulators now having a chat with Merck on the bump. And just shows how a game can change in an instant. So the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Lake Norman all recording RBIs. And they'll bring in the 7-hole Aiden Kwan.
Now batting number 3, Aiden Kwan.
Kwan was the first batter of the night for Lake Norman to reach safely by way of a walk. Kwan first pitch swinging, but can't get that ball down in the dirt. Merck comes set. 0-1 on the way. As that one's in the center field, that ball's going to get down. Brock Fowler will stay at third base. And the 4th straight hit for Lake Norman here in the top half of the 4th inning.
Now batting number 21, Matt Godisich.
So runners on the corners for the catcher Godisich. And he was the first Copperhead of the night to record a hit. Looking to do much of the same here. It's a tied 3-3 game. Merck fires back to first base. Can't get Kwan in time. Brock Fowler standing on third. Swung on by Godisich, and that ball's going to get down. Kwan will be rounding to and staying there, and the Copperheads will take the lead. 5 straight hits from Lake Norman, and bats have been hot as a firecracker here in the bottom half.
Now batting number 1, Jack Lopez.
4 different guys recording RBIs, and Jack Lopez will be looking to make it the 5th. That one misses low into the dirt. Both runners will advance up 90 feet. As Gable was not able to keep that fastball in the dirt in front of him. Kwan sending at third base. Godisich at second. And Kwan a speed threat, so you got to imagine any ball into the outfield would score the 5th run of the inning for Lake Norman with only 1 out. 1-0 swung on by Lopez. That's in the left field. Yet another hit for Lake Norman, and they hold a 5-3 advantage. The 6th hit of the inning, and the 5th different player to record an RBI.
Number 8, Jacob Painter.
The hits have been plentiful, and just what Lake Norman needed after a cold start. Runner will be going. The throw down to second base from Gable's a good one, but won't get Lopez in time. So yet again, the Copperheads will have 2 runners in scoring position. Painter won only 2 guys to strike out tonight against Trevor Merck. Went swinging on the slider his first time up. 0-1, and a swing and a miss right there on the slider. It's no 2 count. Copperheads trying to add to their tally here in the bottom half of the inning. They've put up 5 already. 0-2. And a cold take right there from Painter. Merck looks in. Shakes off the first one, likes the second. 1-2 on the way. Fastball misses low, runs the count even. Gold sits standing on third, Lopez at second. 2-2-1 out in the inning. Painter goes at that one, back to Merck on the bump. He'll tag him out in time for out number 2. Looks like Painter was halfway between if he wanted to swing or not. Got some contact on the ball.
Number 13, Luis Morales.
And he'll go down for out number 2. Brings up the leadoff man, Luis Morales, for his 3rd time tonight. 0 for 2 on the night, something you really don't say often for a guy that has been hitting so well this summer. Morales, a former regulator, was probably the best player on that team last year that really struggled. Was an all-star for him, and also their everyday leadoff man. 0-1, misses high. As this is only the 2nd season the Regulators have had a SCBL team. That one's in the right field, foul from Morales. And some really great building blocks to move forward into future summers. A team that only won 5 games last year. Started out red hot, was first place in the standings about 2 weeks in. Cooled off in the later stages of June and into early July. But with the single elimination tournament, anything can happen with every team making it. It's a 1-2 count. Gold sits still at third. And Lopez at second. Merck 1 strike away from getting out of a rough patch here in the bottom half of the inning. Take from Morales, runs the count to 2-2. Merck shakes off one, shakes off another. Finally comes to an agreement. Big 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball up the middle. That's going to be to Garcia, and he'll make the play for out number 3. The Copperheads put up a 5 spot, and now lead this ball game 5-3. Back here from Coxville High School in just a moment. Regulators looking to strike back.
Currently
Welcome back into the top of the 5th inning. The Copperheads exploded for 5 runs in the bottom half of the 4th and give their guy Josh Jones on the bump some breathing room. 9-1-2 due up for the Regulators as we see Jace Gable in the righty's batter's box. 0-1 down the left field line. That ball is foul. A hard hit ball from Gable. Couldn't keep it in play. Oh, 0-1. Swung on yet again from Gable. That's popped up. Brock Fowler will make the play for out number 1. Jones has now sat down 3 straight, but it'll bring up a guy that he has not had much luck against tonight, that being Ryan Pruitt. 2 for 2 on the night with 2 singles and has stolen 2 bags in the process. Pruitt, arguably one of the better contact guys in the league. As tonight, you're probably seeing 2 of the best leadoff guys in the SCBL with Ryan Pruitt and Luis Morales on the other side. One 1 from Jones. Couldn't locate the slider. Jones shakes off the first 2. 2-1 swung on to Fowler at first base, makes a good play. Flip it over to Jones. He'll reach the base safely and record out number 2.
Now batting number 42, Ben Venables.
Brings up yet another guy that's reached safely both times tonight, the College of Charleston man, Ben Venables. He was hit by a pitch his first time up and then had a single. Also recorded a stolen base. Regulators warming up somebody in the bullpen, as last inning might be all for Trevor Merck. The 2 pitchers you got to imagine the Copperheads will be going to tonight is Seth Hagler, who pitched 1 inning last night, and Andrew Bruss, who is unused in that loss against the Corn Dogs, as Josh Jones gets Venables to bite on the slider in the dirt for out number 3. His second scoreless inning in a row. And the Copperheads have a 5-3 lead here at Coxsville High School. Back in just a moment on the SCBL YouTube channel.
Off the bottom of the fifth for the Copperheads, number 20, Parker Staborski.
Trevor Merck's night is done, and Andrew Benuto, the new pitcher into the game for the Regulators Baseball Club from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, the 6'1", 220 lefty from Moravian College. As the man who lead it off last inning up yet again, that being Parker Staborski. He walked, stole a bag, and scored a run as well. Two-0 count to Staborski. The slider misses low. Benuto with some control issues early finds himself in a 3-0 hole. Misses in the dirt, a 4-pitch walk for Parker Staborski, and reaches by way of a walk for back-to-back at-bats.
Now batting number 9, Will Gray.
Will Gray now up for Lake Norman. 0 for 2 in the evening with a pop out and a line out. Lined out to Ben Venables at second base his last time up. One 0. And a good pitch on the outside portion of the zone for Benuto's first strike of the evening. One 1. Runner will be going, chopped back up the middle to Venables at second base, and makes a good play. Gray advances Staborski to second. A runner in scoring position for the DH, Connor Paul.
Connor Paul.
Paul drove in Staborski his last time up with an RBI single. The first pitch Paul sees from Benuto is a slider in the dirt. Benuto comes set. 1-0 on the way. Swung on by Paul to Venables at second base. Out of the outstretched reach. We'll see Staborski rounding three. He's going to be coming home. And no play at the plate as the Copperheads record their 6th run of the evening. Back-to-back RBI singles for Connor Paul.
Now batting number 24, Caden Haywood.
As this is the stretch of the lineup that went off last inning. Starting with Connor Paul, and we saw Caden Haywood with an RBI double. As we've seen the Copperheads bats this year kind of be bipolar. We've seen a lot of games where they put up 1 runs, and a lot of games they put up double-digit runs. As tonight looking like a night that the runs will be plenty. Haywood keeps the bat in his shoulder, but to no avail. A fastball for a strike moves the count to 1-1. Swung on down the third base line. That ball is fair. We see Paul rounding 2. He'll be going 3. And we'll see Paul rounding 3. He'll be going home. That ball is stuck in the corner with a play at the plate. Paul will reach safely. And back-to-back RBI doubles for Caden Haywood. That one just snuck fair, but no complaints for Haywood, his 2nd RBI on the evening.
Now batting number 33, Brock Fowler.
And that brings up another guy that hit his double his last time up. Brock Fowler roped a ground rule double over the left center field wall. Copperheads hold a 7-3 lead. One-0. Good take from Fowler. As if you're not following us on social media, make sure to do so at SCBL Baseball on both Instagram and Twitter. On Instagram, posted everything from Player of the Week, Final Score, Game Day updates, and everything in between. The 2-0 misses to move the count to 3-0, as Fowler's just had to keep the bat on his shoulder in this at-bat. (3-0) to Fowler. And a 4-pitch walk to Brock Fowler. 3 straight batters reach safely.
Now batting number 3, Aiden Kwan.
And that brings up Aiden Kwan. And it looks like it's going to be a short evening for Benedetto on the bump. He'll be responsible for the runner on third base. That being Caden Haywood. He'll step off the bump and we'll have a new pitcher into the game for the Regulators. It's a 7-3 Lake Norman lead here on their home turf in the Snake Pit at Cox Mill High School. Ian Hernandez gets the ball on the mound for the Regulators. And he comes into a tough spot with 2 runners on. Aiden Kwan at the dish. Hernandez from Granger, Indiana, the 6'2", 185 sophomore from Marietta College. 1-0, swing and a miss from Quan. Haywood standing on second, Fowler at first base. It's a 1-1 count. Lake Norman holds a 7-3 advantage. Swing and a miss from Quan. Hernandez looks in, comes set. A big 1-2 pitch on the way. Quan fouls it off. The game hitting the hour 30-minute mark. Working with some pretty good pace here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-2 misses outside from Hernandez. As the Copperheads have put all 7 runs up in the last 2 innings of play, and still only 1 out here in the bottom half of the fifth. Two. Another good take from Quan. Did he go? No. Runs the count full. Just a reminder, Quan recorded a single his last time up and walked his first time up of the evening. 3-2 from Hernandez. Swung on, fouled off by Aiden Quan. We'll try the 3-2 once again. And Quan watches strike 3 go past him. A fastball in the lower portion of the zone freezes Quan for out number 2.
Now batting number 21, Matt Goldisich.
Matt Goldisich, the man who's 2 for 2 in the night, now up with an RBI in the process. He drove in Brock Fowler his last time up. It's a 4-3 Corn Dogs lead in Kannapolis. Right now in the bottom of the 4th inning. And then the Statesville Owls, still with 7 runs on the evening. The A's get back 2, but a 5-run advantage for Statesville. One. Low and in the dirt. Both runners will advance up 90 feet. And puts Goldisich in a much more manageable situation as he's in a 2-1 hitter's count. Hernandez looks in, comes set. A big 2-1 on the way. A fastball taken from Goldisich. Good two-seam movement on that fastball from Hernandez. Two. Can't locate the fastball, runs the count full. 3-2, swing and a miss from Goldisich. Back-to-back strikeouts from Hernandez. The Copperheads put up 2 in the inning and hold a 7-3 advantage.
Now lead 7-3.
Be back here on the SCBL YouTube channel in just a moment. Josh Jones out yet again. After a rough patch in the first inning, Jones has been very solid tonight for Lake Norman. As 3-4-5 due up for the Regulators Baseball Club. Trey Hernandez will get things started for us here. Had a RBI double his first time up, then grounded out last time. .3-0. And a 4-pitch walk from Josh Jones. As Trey Hernandez will be the first runner of the inning to reach safely.
Now batting number 29, Jeremy Garcia.
Jeremy Garcia up, had a sacrifice fly that scored a run his last time up. Jack Lopez in at third base, aware of the bunt threat from Garcia. He's a speedy guy, and then also with that lefty bat kind of gets a head start coming out of the box. The throw back from Jones not in time to get Hernandez. 1-1. As that will get past Goldisich, Hernandez reaches second. One-two on the way from Jones. As Garcia will lay down the bunt, Lopez coming in on it, can't make the play. Garcia showing off the wheels down the first base line, and the Regulators have runners on the corners with no outs.
Number 32, Jake Badoblo.
The first baseman, Jake DeBolo, up for the Regulators. Another guy that has an RBI single on the evening. Garcia with an easy stolen base, no throw down with Hernandez standing on third. Jones now can work out of the windup. Jones just misses the inside slider. 2-0. Into center field, we see Parker Staborski coming in on it. Hernandez lining it up at third base. He's going to be going. A throw from Staborski's over the head of Goldisich. Makes a good play just to catch that ball, but no chance to get Hernandez at home. And the Regulators put up their 4th run of the evening.
Now batting number 9, Luke Byler.
The Regulators cut the lead to 3 from Lake Norman. And Luke Baylor steps in with still only 1 out here in the top half of the frame. Jones comes set, 1-0 on the way. Swung on and foul from Baylor. One count, the speedy Garcia standing on second. A very humid evening here in Concord. That one's into center field. Staborski coming in on it. And they will drop. That ball just died in the outfield. And Luke Baylor with a bloop single for a hit. Looks like Staborski didn't get the best jump on that ball. Maybe didn't see it very well off the bat.
Number 30, Jordan Boyce.
And the Regulators looking to strike here. Boyce will ground it to the third baseman. Lopez steps on 3. The play at first base will not be in time. Good heads-up play from Lopez at third, getting the lead runner. Now 2 outs in the inning. Boyce was in trouble of grounding into a double play for back-to-back at-bats right there. But will go down as a fielder's choice.
17, Tyreek Tolley.
Inside from Jones to the right fielder, Tariq Talley. 0 for 2 in the evening. One of only 2 batters to strike out to Jones tonight. As if Jones gets out of this inning, you'd have to think the Copperheads move into the bullpen and it'd be a successful start for Jones. 2-0. A big loopy curveball misses the zone. We'll see if Talley has a 3-0 green light. And a 4-pitch walk from Josh Jones. That loads up the bases for the 9-hole Chase Gable. We'll see Noah Jarrett have to go onto the mound and have a chat with Jones. We'll see if they let him ride for one more batter or take him at.
Number 20,
As they do have a little bit of breathing room, but that'll be all for Josh Jones this evening. He'll be responsible for the runners on second and third base. Only allows 3. It's going to be a 4. And it'll be a 7-4 Copperheads lead. We'll let the new pitcher warm up and be back here in just a moment from Cox Mill High School. A new pitcher to the game for the Copperheads, that being Andrew Bruss, and Ethan Madison will be the new catcher for the Regulators, coming in to pinch hit for Chase Gable. Madison from Bowling Green, Kentucky. The first pitch of Bruss this evening is a strike. Oh, 1. And a strike from Bruss. Bruss, a new transfer into Pfeiffer College. Will be going there in the fall. 0-2. Swung on, popped up. Brock Fowler looking for it in foul territory. And it'll be out of play over towards the batting cages in right field. Madison places kind of all over the infield. We've seen him this year, but looking to replace him behind the dish, the 6'2", 210 freshman. 0-2. And the fastball misses inside from Bruss. It's been a heavy dosage of fastballs early. 1-2. He throws the slider, and Madison will pop it up. We see the right fielder Hayward coming in on it and makes the catch for out number 3. Bruss gets out of a bases-loaded jam and keeps the lead to 3 for Lake Norman. 7-4 advantage. Back here in just a moment from Cox Mill High School. Jack Lopez will get things started for us here in the bottom half of the inning. Lopez had an RBI single his last time up. It's the bottom half of the 6th here at Cox Mill High School. The Copperheads have put up all 7 of their runs in the last 2 innings of play, but Ian Hernandez came into a tough situation and got out of a jam for the Regulators. 1-0 to Lopez. A fastball located middle of the zone from Hernandez. Hernandez working out of the windup, 1-1. And another fastball taken in the zone from Lopez. One-two pitch on the way from Hernandez. Swung on by Lopez, back up the middle. A play from Garcia will get him in time. A great play from Garcia at shortstop, and the speed of Lopez was not enough to reach safely.
Now batting number 8, Jacob Painter.
Now the 10-hole Jacob Painter up 0 for 2 in the evening. But he'll go up to face Hernandez for the first time up. Put on the ground from Painter. And foul. Oh, 1 on the way. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Hernandez jumps up early 0-2. Put down the left field line. That ball's going to get down from Painter, and that's going to be in the corner. He'll round 1 and be going 2. And he'll have a stand-up double with 2 outs in the inning. As well, see a substitution at shortstop. Isaac Armstrong will be coming in for Luis Morales. We've seen Armstrong more in the 3 or 4 hole this season, but we'll be batting leadoff for the rest of this evening. Painter at second with 1 out. Copperheads still with that 7-4 advantage, but looking for some more cushion for Andrew Bruss. The first pitch of the evening, Armstrong sees he likes. It was a fastball, but fouled it off down the right field line. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss from Armstrong. Hernandez got him forward on the slider. Painter still standing at second. 0-2 pitch on the way. And Hernandez can't hit the zone for strike 3. One, 2. And that'll be a foul tip. Count stays at 1-2. Armstrong was the SCBL Player of the Week last week. Was on an absolute tear. It looks like all but certain Harrison Buthelette has wrapped up that nominee for the upcoming week. 4 home runs and 15 RBIs, I believe, this week. He had 10 in the first leg of the doubleheader against the Concord A's, and then had 4 RBIs last night against the Lake Norman Copperheads. 2-2 on the way to Armstrong. And gets him with the fastball. Dotted up on the outside portion of the zone. And Hernandez strikes out Armstrong in his first at-bat. Now brings up Parker Staborski, who has walked back-to-back times. Lake Norman looking to stay alive here in the bottom half of the 6th. Misses in the dirt. Good block right there. As Ethan Madison is the new catcher into the game for Chase Gable. One out from Hernandez. As Staborski continues to show off the great eye he's had tonight. Hernandez needed a big 2-0 pitch here with Painter still standing on second base. Swung on by Staborski. Up over the screen and foul. Two-one count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Thank you for spending your Sunday evening with us, as it's amounting to be a good finish to this ball game. Hernandez comes set, likes the pitch from Madison behind the dish, and he'll fire home. Ball 4, Staborski walks for the 3rd straight time tonight.
Now batting number 9, Will Gray.
That brings up Will Gray, who has done a little bit of everything tonight, but 0 for 3. He's popped out, lined out, and ground out. Now looking for better fortune. Gray fouls it off into the backstop. Jacob Painter standing on second and Parker Staborski at first. It's an 0-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Gray takes the slider down and away. One to Gray. Swung on, that's going to be chopped to Garcia at shortstop. And will make the play. Out number 3 in the bottom of the 6th. The Copperheads can't tack on anymore. It's still a 7-4 advantage for Lake Norman. We'll be back here in just a moment from Cox Mill High School. The top of the order due up for the Regulators. 1, 2, 3. The leadoff man, Ryan Pruitt, shows bunt, puts it down, but it'll be foul. Pruitt 2 for 3 in the evening with 2 singles, 2 stolen bags. And has been a big part of the 4 runs they've put up. Oh, 1. Pruitt shows bunt again, but pulls it back. 1-1. Bruss can't locate the fastball. Bruss, a returning player from last summer for the Copperheads. Two 2-1. Swing and a miss from Pruitt. Runs the count even. So Bruss with a heavy dosage of fastball so far tonight. Let's see if he goes with the off-speed in a 2-2 count. Can't locate it there. Runs the count full. Full count pitch on the way. It'll be a fastball that misses high. Pruitt reaches safely for the third time this evening.
Now batting number 42, Ben Venables.
Ben Venables, the man from College of Charleston, now up for the Regulators. A throwback from Bruss, not in time. Pruitt obviously a stolen base threat, already 2 stolen bags on the evening. Pruitt will be going again to throw down to second from Goldisich, not in time. And Pruitt takes his 3rd stolen base of the night. Bruss did locate the fastball, so it's an 0-1 count to Venables. Popped up in the infield. We'll see Brock Fowler going over to foul territory. That's going to be a tough play for him, but he'll make it. One out now recorded in the top half of the 7th. Trey Hernandez up for the Regulators Baseball Club.
Now batting number 14, Trey Hernandez.
Bruss already tonight having a really good outing. Seen limited action from him so far this summer. Was more of a big factor in the rotation for Lake Norman last year. Hernandez had a double that scored the first run of the evening for the Regulators. The 2-0's in the dirt. Goldisich looking for it. And Pruitt will reach third. Count also moves to 3-0. As Bruss in a little bit of trouble here in the earlier stages of the top half of the 7th. Bruss misses the fastball, a 5-pitch walk for Trey Hernandez. Noah Jarrett now going out to the bump to talk to Bruss. I would have to imagine he is staying in the game, but just a second to get Bruss calm. And Bruss will stay in the ball game. Jeremy Garcia,
Now batting
the
number
shortstop
29,
up.
Jeremy Garcia.
Garcia's glove has really shown off tonight at shortstop, has made some great plays on the defensive side of things. Had a sacrifice fly that scored a run earlier in the game. It was Ryan Pruitt that actually scored, so a chance to get him in once again. That one's in the right field. Over to Caden Haywood, and he'll catch it. The throw from Hayward to home, and they'll get him! What a laser from Caden Haywood stops Ryan Pruitt dead in his tracks. An absolute beam for out number 3, 7th inning stretch on the way from Coxville High School. Back here, bottom of the 7th inning, as Connor Paul up for Lake Norman. Hernandez has been a steady arm out of that Regulators bullpen and going out for now another inning of work. One to Paul. Misses low. Two one. And Hernandez locates the inside fastball. Seven 4 Copperheads lead. 2-2 misses low. Both ball clubs looking for a much-needed win towards the last week or so of the regular season. 3-2 swung on and foul. Three-two once again from Hernandez. That's for the second baseman, Venables. Makes the easy play for out number 1.
Now batting number 24, Caden Haywood.
And now Caden Haywood up the Man who made an incredible play from right field to end off the top half of the 7th. An absolute laser home. And got Ryan Pruitt. As Haywood, another guy that coming from the high school ranks, playing his first season of collegiate baseball, will be going to Western Carolina. And that's the one thing that has impressed me most this summer from Haywood is the arm he has in wherever he's playing in the outfield. And becoming one of the best guys on both sides of the ball this summer for Lake Norman. Hernandez out of the windup, 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Got Haywood with the slider for out number 2. He went reaching, but to no avail. First 2 batters put down here in the 7th. And we'll see the first baseman, Brock Fowler. Fowler watches the first pitch be a slider low and away for a ball. Fowler swings. DiBaggio at first base calling for it and makes the catch for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 7th. Top half of the 8th on the way here live on the SCBL YouTube channel.
Copperheads still
Jake Badoglo will step up for the second time against Andrew Bruss. Had a sacrifice flies last time up. Has had 2 RBIs on the evening. And has struck out once. We're here top of the 8th inning. It's a 7-4 Copperheads lead. This game is kind of evened out after the Copperheads put up all 7 of their runs in a 2-inning stretch. One. A ball misses low. And Bruss misses another pitch. Did he go? No, he did not. Oh, yes, he did, actually. Never mind. Evens up the count at 2-2. Bruss can't get him on the inside pitch. of a full count. "3-2 from Andrew Bruss on the way. Swung on into right field. Caden Haywood will be going back and will make the catch for out number 1. Jaden Boyce now up. It's going to be Luke Baylor up. Reached base safely 2 times tonight, a single and a walk. Struck out his first time up against the starter Josh Jones, who had a good outing for Lake Norman. "1-0. Outside. Bruss looks in, gets the sign from Goldisich. Comes set 2-0 on the way. Bruss continues that heavy dose of the fastballs to these Regulators hitters right there. The 3-1 count. "3-1. Swing and a miss. We'll have a full count now, as Bruss has been working these hitters really deep into counts, having to come back in many of them. Swing and a miss. Bruss gets them on the low stuff for out number 2, and has been great out of the pen for Lake Norman.
Jordan Boyce.
Baylor strikes out for the second time this evening, and Jaden Boyce, who is over 3 of the night, steps up. Checking on that game at Concord High School, the Athletics making a comeback. Now the Owls only lead by 1. It's a 7-6 ball game. The Owls were up 7-0 in the second. 6 runs unanswered by Concord. And then going over to Atrium Health Ballpark, the Corn Dogs up 7-3 on the Spinners, looking for the 2-day sweep in K-Town. Protecting their temporary home turf, you could say, for last night and tonight. A great event put on both last night and tonight from the Queen City Corn Dogs. Was lucky enough to be there last night and call that ball game. 2-1. Popped up into foul territory, and Haywood can't make a play on it. Two balls, 2 strikes to Boyce. 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. And Bruss, for the 3rd batter in the inning, will run the count full here. Bruss looks in, comes set, full count pitch is on the way. Gets some swinging, back-to-back strikeouts from Andrew Bruss. Gets them out of the top half of the 8th inning. Boyce set down on strikes. The Copperheads now get their chance to bat. They lead by 3 here at Cox Mill. 7-4 advantage by way of the home team. Maxwell Moore will look to keep this game a 3-run ball game. Copperheads lead 7-4. And the first pitch of Moore's evening will run in and hit Aiden Kwan. So Kwan will reach safely. Maxwell Moore, a recent commit to the VCU Rams.
Now batting number 21, Matt Godesich.
Moore went with the SCBL to the NACSB Showcase. Originally from Richmond, Virginia, was playing his college ball at Mountain St. Mary's University. He's a senior, 6'4", 240, a big lefty arm. And will be playing in the Atlantic 10 next year with the Rams. 1-0. Swing and a miss from Goldisich. He's 2 for 3 on the night with an RBI. And hits have been plenty on both sides. Copperheads now with 10. That ball outside. Two-one. And Moore delivers a strike on the outside portion of the zone. Two-two on the way. Kwan will be going. Swing and a miss from Goldisich. The throw down from second, not in time. And the Copperheads will have a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. As I want to thank yet again Victory Chevrolet for being the sponsor of our game balls tonight. Victory Chevrolet all around the Charlotte area. Make sure to check them out online, and your number one place to go for Chevrolets in the 704 area. Jack Lopez, the speedy third baseman, up for Lake Norman. He's up in the count 1-0 against Moore. Lopez 1 for 3 on the evening. Moore looks back at Kwan at second. 1-1 on the way. And Lopez takes another strike. One-two on the way. Swing and a miss. A drop third strike. Lopez will be out at first. 2 outs in the inning. And back-to-back strikeouts for Moore on the bump.
Now batting number 8, Jacob Painter.
Jacob Painter up, who grounded that double into the left field corner his last time up, but was unable to be driven in. Possibly his last at-bat of the evening if either Andrew Bruss or if the Coppers throw somebody else out there for the top of the 9th can shut things down. 0-1, good take from Painter, runs the count even at 1-1. And Painter takes yet another one on the outside portion of the zone. A 5-game slate on Monday night, including a doubleheader between the Carolina Disco Turkeys visiting the Queen City Corn Dogs. And make sure to join us live here on the SCBL YouTube channel for the final Copperheads home game of the year. They'll host the Concord A's on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock at Cox Mill. If you can come out, make sure to come to the ballpark and catch the final home game, and if not, watch us live here on YouTube. Painter holds up. Did he go? No. We'll see a full count pitch from Moore on the way. Also on Monday night, the Wampus Cats will travel to Concord High School to play the A's. The Regulators will host the Statesville Owls, and the Copperheads will go up to Mooresville to play the Spinners at Moore Park. Three-two. Swing and a miss from Painter. 3 strikeouts in the inning from Max Moore. But it'll be all up to play for in the top half of the 9th inning. The Regulators need 3 to tie and 4 to take the lead. Be back here in just a moment from Cox Mill. Seth Hagler will come in the top of the 9th inning to get things sorted for the Copperheads, but he'll go against a tough Regulators lineup, starting with Tariq Talley. He will be going against the 8, 9, and 1 hitter, so if he can get those first 2 outs, put him in a great situation. He has a 3-run cushion to work with. It's a 7-4 Copperheads lead. 1-1. Misses low. We saw Hagler actually come in the 9th inning last night as well against the Queen City Corn Dogs and threw a shutout inning against the Dogs. It's a 3-1 count now. Talley, a very speedy guy. He showed off his wheels a couple times tonight, making catches in right field, so not a guy you want to walk. Hagler can't locate that one. That's a 5-pitch walk to Talley.
Now batting number 20, Ethan Madison.
Ethan Madison up for the 2nd time tonight after replacing Chase Gable. Madison popped out his last time. Hagler misses high. Talley being held on by Fowler at first base. Fourth straight ball from Hagler. And make that the fifth straight ball as Gordicic will come out. Toss it back to Hagler and settle him down a little bit. They decided to roll with Hagler in the ninth instead of keeping Bruss out there for one more inning. Hagler with a little bit of cushion, though. A 3-run advantage. So that's got to play in the mind of him. It's not make or break. You can have a little leeway. But in danger of loading the bases. Or excuse me, walking the second batter in a row. A big 3-0 on the way from Hagler to get some momentum. Runner will be going. And Hagler can't locate ball 4. Now back up to the top of the order, and the oh-so-dangerous Ryan Pruitt is up. Reached base safely 3 times tonight. 2 singles, a walk, and 3 stolen bags. And Noah Jarrett is going to go talk with Hagler. Good mound visit right there. Gotta imagine he's telling this guy, just settle into this game. It'd be a tough double play ball to turn with the speed of Pruitt, but you also did see Pruitt get thrown out at home by Caden Haywood his last time. The bunt is also in place, so Jack Lopez is going to have to be wary at that at third. As this is Hagler's game right here. Tariq Talley standing on second base, Ethan Madison at first. Leadoff man Ryan Pruitt facing off against Seth Hagler. Hagler misses. It's a 1-0 count. Pruitt now on a favorable 2-0 hitters count. And then he locates a strike there, much needed for Hagler on the bump. 2-1 count. He pitched very well last night against the Corn Dogs. That one to the shortstop, Morales. And actually, that's Armstrong over there, but he'll make the double play. Almost a triple play to end the game. What a way that would have been to end off this game. But double play gets the runner at second, and this game flips on its head.
Now batting number 42, Ben Venables.
What a play from Armstrong. Catches the lineup from Pruitt. Gets Tariq Talley at second. And Madison was a hair away from ending this game on a triple play. 1-0 count now to Ben Venables. As it looked like the Regulators were itching for a comeback, but the game flips in an instant. Hagler comes set. 2-0 on the way. An inside strike. 2-1. Too low for the umpire's liking. Madison still at first. And that's going to be a 5-pitch walk from Seth Hagler. Trey Hernandez now up, reached safely 3 times tonight, 2 walks, and an RBI double.
Trey Hernandez.
And you got to imagine if you're Hernandez right here, you're keeping the bat on your shoulder until you see a strike in the zone. One in from Hagler. A strike evens the count at 1-1. Misses outside. Ethan Madison at second. Ben Venables on first. 2-1 on the way. Misses high. 3-1. Hagler in danger of loading the bases. The tying run at the plate. Misses high, a 5-pitch walk to Hernandez. 3rd time tonight he's walked. And now we have bases loaded for the shortstop, the lefty, Jeremy Garcia. And now I have another mound visit from Noah Jarrett. And that's going to be the end of Seth Hagler's night. New pitcher into the game. We'll let him warm up. We'll take a break. Be back in just a moment from Coxsville High School. Connor Paul steps in a pressure-packed situation here in the 9th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Copperheads lead by 3. The go-ahead run, standing at the plate by way of Jeremy Garcia. Connor Paul working out of the windup, 1-0. Swung on and foul. The go-ahead run on first base, that being Trey Hernandez, Ethan Madison at 3rd, and Ben Venables at 2nd. 1-1. That one will be chopped and foul. Connor Paul 1 strike away. Copperheads looking to secure a win in their second to last home game of the 2024 summer. 1-2 count, 2 outs on the hands of Connor Paul. Fastball up and in for a ball. The decisive 2-2 on the way from Paul. Slider to the third baseman, Lopez. Fires across the infield, and he'll get him in time. The Copperheads pull out a 7-4 win at Cox Mill. Get a late season win at the Snake Pit, and their second to last home game. There was some adversity for Lake Norman, especially in the 9th inning. But Connor Paul comes in and records the final out. A hitting display for the Copperheads. We saw doubles by Caden Haywood and Brock Fowler. RBIs from Matt Goldisich and Jack Lopez. Connor Paul as well getting on the RBI action. And lots of guys getting on by way of walks. A fun one here at Cox Mill. The Copperheads will go on the road and play the Mooresville Spinners on Monday night. And we'll see the Regulators host the Statesville Owls. So I'm going to say thank you for joining us and spending your Saturday evening with us. I'm Zane Metz. We hope you join us on Tuesday night as the Copperheads host the A's here live at Cox Mill High School. Have a great rest of your evening and the rest of your weekend.